Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Mic
sir.
check, mic check.
Check. Better check that.
Check, 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 check.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Check, check.
Check, check, check.
Check, mic check,
Check,
mic
check,
check.
check.
Mic check, mic check. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll return the favor. I'll reciprocate. How about that? Okay, so first of all, we lost to the #1 offense in the league by 1 on a technicality. I don't know what overtime would have looked like, but they had a similar style run against us in the fourth quarter, which is the first time my Ravens then gave up a second half touchdown in 7 weeks. So we're #1 overall in defense in every category. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're looking for another 63-yard miracle, it won't come from Gano. It'll come from our guy. Because he pissed off how he ended the game. But you don't have to worry about kicking because I don't think y'all score this game. We'll shut y'all out to no points. Period.
I can't remember last time Carolina got shut out.
Well, then you'll get this one. No points. I don't know how you're gonna score. I can't see how y'all gonna score any points. 0 points.
But you forget with the quarterback that we got under center.
I don't see how you're gonna score.
How you gonna stop Cam? Look, you gotta stop Cam first. How you gonna stop Cam? First thing
that's a hard
when you play against Carolina, you gotta stop Cam first.
I just don't see how y'all where you gonna get points at. Where they gonna come from?
They're gonna come from where they always come from. DMC gonna set up the 15, 20 short yardage touchdown pass by Funches. That happens all. Okay, I'm gonna run in and stuff. Like I said, y'all gotta stop Cam first.
Go back and check the stats of Kamar and Ingram together. You don't have those guys.
That's okay. I feel like you know, I feel like if we can get the run game going between Cam and McCaffrey, and they throw some other wrinkles in there, we'll be good.
No wrinkles.
Y'all ain't got no tape on Curtis Samuel.
No wrinkles on the #1 overall defense in every category.
We'll see.
Okay, no points for you, bro.
No damn shutout.
Oh, you got Gano. He can kick him again. You'll get 3.
my goodness. First of all, what's going on there? Let's take a moment. And let's look at this site right here. Listen, don't address your sex. It is Halloween, and this is TeamBoydTV Live. I'm your boy Big Q. And look, I'm joined by the loser of the week. Man taking L's all over the place. The Raven Shogun, JB, is in the building. What's up?
Hey, happy Halloween, folks. Hey, Q, hold on, brother. Damn it. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, and Panther Nation, stand up. Wow. Stand up. Panther Nation, stand up.
I love it. And of course, I'm joined by Mr. Co-signer himself, the Sage of Sports. Let's get with his boys. What's going on, Glass?
What's up, fam? What's up, Big Q, JB?
Man.
Woo. Condolences, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man. First of all, I don't think me and JB signed up for this, man. The video montage at the beginning, I don't think we G for that. But anyway,
I'm gonna say this to both of y'all, because I love you both, right? You know what I'm saying? JB, number one, he was running his mouth. He was talking crazy. He was, you know, and you know better, but you co-signed it. You co-signed it.
I did.
So you're both taking the L today. That's what's
Okay,
going on right
I got
now. You know.
What's up, people out there, my Twitter hustlers out there, everybody on Periscope and all the social media. This is going to be an exciting and eventful show right here, boy.
Absolutely. You know, listen, for the ones who ain't out with the kids right now who are here watching us, we appreciate it. We got Mr. T Money in the building. We got Mr. Parks in the building. What's going on, fellas? Parks said, JB, hide your face.
Nah, bruh. I'm loud and proud, man.
And he says that number one defense gave up the most points all year.
Yeah,
We not Buffalo. What the Titans, cuz.
Yeah. All that.
All that, right? Park said, Jimmy, what happened to the shutout, bro? What happened?
That was no shutout. Listen, they'll give me a chance to set that all up. We'll get there, bro.
We'll get there. But we had other stuff we need to get to. Listen, me and JB, we went to the game. You know, we didn't know who was going to the game. I want to give a shout out to the lovely Vernie B for furnishing some tickets for me and JB to go to the game. It was a little bit by surprise, so that's why we didn't talk about it on the show. I think the next day, told us about it. I hit JB up on Twitter. I'm like, boom, you talked a lot of junk on the show. Let's go to the game. And we went to the game. We had a lot of fun. It was great watching him sit there with all his little Raven faithful. It took that L. It was awesome. It was great. But we got other stuff going on this week. We got trades. We got a couple. I know, Glass, you want to rub something. You want to rub something in my face. I know you do. Got a couple firings early in this season. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I know you want to talk about that. You know. So we'll go there first. Go ahead, Glass. Go ahead and set this one up, man.
All right, man. If y'all didn't know, I think it was Sunday. No, it was Monday. Monday. The Cleveland Browns organization went on ahead and fired head coach Hugh Jackson. And they said, you know, since we had it, Todd Haley, you about to do it too, the offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Got fired, and they moved Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, moved him up to head coach as we speak.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? So
crazy, I told y'all.
So listen, here's my thing, JB. First of all, has Greg Williams ever been a head coach?
He was a part of Bounty Gate as a defensive coordinator. I remember that.
I'm just saying, but has he ever been a head? He's never been a head coach.
I don't believe so. I could be wrong.
So you got that going on. The other thing is, Glass, it's week 8. It's halfway through the season. Okay. And listen, I understand the situation in Cleveland, but we talk about Cleveland every week, and I always have the same stance. I feel like this is the best Cleveland team we done seen in 5 years, right? I think that the office right now is hurting this team versus, you know, Jackson and Haley. I know it was some internal stuff, and they had some beef with each other, and this whole assuming play calling. No, I didn't say that. This, that, and the third. Seemed like it all backfired, but I don't think this is the right move. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay. If everybody's seen Hard Knocks, and I've seen a couple episodes of Hard Knocks, it kind of like exposed everything in the forefront of what's going on behind the scenes with Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley. Yeah. Now, we all know Todd Haley is known as an asshole, but he's a good offensive coordinator. Hugh Jackson is a good quarterback coach / offensive coordinator. So you got two heads, well, I ain't gonna say two alpha males. I don't consider Hugh Jackson. I think he's a passive aggressive person, but we know what we got in Todd Haley. So you got these people butting heads. Like you said, the offense was shot. I think Todd Haley was John Dorsey's boy, and Hugh Jackson was Jim Haslam, the owner's boy. So you had, it's like it was all dysfunctional in the front office, and you could say trickle down to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he started off great that first game. He got up in there, but after that, he was like backing up. I think Hugh Jackson, when certain calls played, and Todd Jackson, I guess you could say, changed the plays. You know what I'm saying? He wanted Josh Gordon. Hugh Jackson wanted Josh Gordon when he was on the team, not playing because he wasn't there at training camp. Todd Haley put him up in the game. So you had these two bumping heads where they should be bumping heads. And I guess John Dorsey, what's his name? Jim Haslam, like, okay, your boy got to go. If my boy got to go, if my boy got to go, your boy got to go. So I guess they decided, okay, we're gonna clean shop.
Jimmy, this is the issue I got with this, and this is the issue that's been plaguing this team for a while now. So I can't remember the last coach in Cleveland that survived 2 years or survived that second Steelers game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like they got 2 years and they done. As bad as this team was, and I'm telling you, they leaps and bounds better than they were 3 years ago before Hugh Jackson got there. But as bad as they were, I just feel like why keep going? Why keep putting yourself through this, JB? Like, they keep doing it. It's week 9. You starting over at head coach. What is that?
It's just dysfunction. That's what they about. They're good at that. That's what they do. They've done everything from bringing baseball aficionados into their to their staff to try to figure out analytics. It's a whole different game. To trades, to whiffing on first round picks, to 1 million quarterbacks. It's just all the things that every stone you can overturn to depict dysfunction. That's what they do. That's what they're best at.
Yeah, Tim Hunter said Todd Haley burns bridges everywhere he go. I know he ain't going back to Pittsburgh. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
No.
So the next move is this. Definitely Williams ain't going to be your head coach going forward. I'm pretty sure they let him, be the acting head coach through the rest of the season. But you got to be looking. And now who wants the job? Now they got lucky enough last time, Glass, that an idiot like Hugh Jackson would jump at that opportunity. And they still got to pay him a lot of more money. He gonna be okay. But now it's gonna be really hard for somebody to come in there and interview for this job. They ain't gonna, because you ain't got enough time to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they giving you 2 years and that's it. And it ain't like the team is the next coach might be okay because the team is at a different level now. But man,
I think it's gonna be a change for the good. Like I said, Hugh Jackson was not John Dorsey's coach that he hired. So now he's got a clean slate. You might as well say this season you could wash it. You could cancel this season right now. They're not going anywhere. We're gonna see what you got on your team. You got. I think they were trying to get Oklahoma's head coach Lincoln, whatever, I can't remember his name right now, in there because he coached Baker Mayfield. He said he's gonna stay in Oklahoma. He loves Oklahoma. You got plenty of coaches out there that you can pick from. And I think now that they see what they got now with John Dorsey being at the helm as GM, there's going to be some coaches who want to take a chance with that. You got a nice little roster. I ain't going to say the front office is legit, but you got a nice little GM. Yeah. Look like he know what he's doing. So we never know. Nick Saban might take a chance at that. Hey, you never know. And I think Hugh Jackson, I'm not knocking Hugh Jackson. I know I've been itching on him for the past, ever since he got the job. But yeah, the 3-36-1 record, how can I not? But he's a good offensive coordinator. I think he just needs to find a job as an offensive coordinator and stick with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a rough one for them. I just felt like this was bad. You at least with this one, they should have just wrote it out to see what was gonna happen. I thought Hugh Jackson was doing a pretty good job. I don't know if you can expect nobody to go. What was it? 1-15 last year, and then
winless last year.
Okay, well, you can't expect them to come and win 8 games this year just right out the bat like that, man. Come on now. I don't know. I just ain't see the turnaround that quickly.
What's the record now?
They got 2 wins under their belt and a
Okay.
tie. 2-4-1 or something like that. 2-5-1.
Exactly.
Something
Exactly. It ain't even about the record anymore. Like I said, it's the dysfunction. And if you could look at it, they got rid of offensive coordinator. They got rid of offensive-minded head coach. They left Greg Williams, defensive coordinator. So it's about
the defense has been okay. I don't think the defense was an issue.
It's about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so I think they were doing okay. But in the trades though, you lost a wide receiver in JB game 1. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Hey JB, you probably could have used the Maris. You probably could have used the Maris Thomas last Sunday. That's all I'm saying. You probably could have used them. Anyway, what y'all think about the trade? JB, I'm coming to you first.
We did get Ty Montgomery from Green Bay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think the most significant one was Washington got better with Clint Dix, and another former first rounder goes to LA Rams front, which is now they have 5 former first rounders on their defensive line if they all start together, or on the team in general. So that's crazy.
That is crazy. And I don't know, man. What y'all doing up there, Glass? Y'all, you getting rid of everybody? What's going on?
You know what, Demaryius Thomas, that was my boy back, when he was on the team. But you got to get picks now. I don't know what John Elway's trying to do with the picks. I don't know if he's still trying to find a quarterback, but you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. We got a nice little, you still got a nice little wide receiver squad with Sutton and Emmanuel Sanders. So we good, man. But you know what's glaring? I still trying to scratch my head on the Dante Fowler Jr. going from the Jaguars to the Rams. It's not like the Rams need more ammunition, but it is what it is. But hey, let me tell you this. This just shows you how Jerry Jones need not be a GM. Everybody here was traded for a 4th round pick, 5th round pick, 7th round pick, 3rd round pick. Amari Cooper was the only one that went first round.
Right. Well, because he was scared he was going to lose that. That's what that was about.
You don't do that. You got to wheel and deal. He ain't willing to deal
it. He was scared. But he I guess he figured like, you know what? I'm cool. I'm all right. I think that's going to come back and bite him though. And that was a one for next year, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know about that. Was that all the trades, JB? When no other movements going on?
That's all the ones that's noteworthy to me, in my opinion. I mean, it was a few more here and there, but the Thomas trade, the Fowler trade, the Montgomery and the Clint Dix was more notable to me.
Golden Tate to the Eagles is
Golden Tate.
I
forget about that one.
Yeah. Which I don't think. I don't know. I don't think it was a good look by but that was their best guy. But I guess everybody trying to get picks. Everybody trying to load up for next year, man. It's that draft gonna be wild. Okay, let's get into the games. No. I want to hear. Speaking of Ty Montgomery.
Well,
it was on.
We're gonna get to it. If we get to it later, we get to it later.
Rolling to it with the game.
Okay.
But
all right. Cool.
We'll talk about Ty Montgomery.
Let's go.
We're looking real pathetic at his locker. I was asking him questions. Okay. So we had I thought we had a game in. Didn't we have a game in England, right? We did the Eagles and the Jags, right? I picked the Jags. I thought the Jags was going to actually come back in this game. JB, I thought it was going to bounce back. Because now this makes them, how many games in a row is this? Is this 4?
That's 4.
4 losses
or is it 5? Or is it 5?
Not in a row, though.
Okay.
Wow, that's bad, though. I thought this was going to be a bounce back game for them. They usually do good when they play their overseas game. They hung in there. It just, I don't know, it wasn't their day. The Texans though, and Deshaun Watson, 5 touchdown passes, only had 4 incompletions in the game. Plus, I think the boy back, man. I think he's back, man.
Yeah, he looked good in that game.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there now. They're gonna run the AFC South.
Yeah,
it's legit. I can't see the Titans catching them.
I don't know, JB. So, we got excited about the Texans early in the season because we thought, Watson coming back. But then he had that slow start.
Right.
Then next thing you know, the Jaguars fell off. The Titans kind of, showed up every once in a while. Then they kind of fizzled away. I don't know what to think about the division. Where you at with it right now?
Well, the longer they don't play them, and it's all predicated to the schedule. Yeah. But the longer how many games go by until the Titans actually play Houston now that Deshaun is getting his feet under him? the more bad it looked for them because he's coming into form.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the defense was, doing the best they could to get them through. Now they get, more weapons for Deshaun. And so the sky's the limit for them.
They poised to get back in the racing and completely shut it down like last say. I don't know, man. I still think now I don't know what I don't have the standings in front of me for the division. I don't know how many games back. Okay, so the Texans are 5-3.
Right.
And the Jags are 3-5. So that's what, two games.
Yep. So
they still in the JB. I mean the Jags can bounce back. They can bounce back. So then we gotta get into this one. JB's Baltimore Ravens traveled all the way down to the south, like my Carolina Panthers, which was an amazing game. Let's break this one down all the way to the core, right? Let's break it down like play by play. No, I'm not going to.
See, there we go. There we go.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you. Me and JB, we watching the game. We watching the opening drive, and the opening drive took 1,000,000 years off the clock. And and they finally scored. So they scored in that first drive, and I was like, well, there's gonna be one of them games where Carolina ain't gonna be able to stop nothing. The Ravens were doing a lot of short intermediate stuff. They were never challenging downfield and nothing like that. But it was like Carolina was either just giving it to them or they couldn't stop it. I was nervous at that point. So you saw the highlights, Glass. So what happened was they scored on that first drive, and then they didn't score on the next 3 or 4. I want to say. And then I started thinking, okay, well, this might work out in our favor. Jimmy, what you was thinking was watching the game? Because I was watching you watch the game, and I was enjoying it. You know what I mean? I was.
Oh, it's so painful. Still painful. And this shirt burned my skin. But anyway. So from what I saw, it looked like we got our coach by the offensive coordinator and the head coach, because it was they was filling the Ravens out the entire time. Our first drive, it went on longer than I'm assuming the Panthers kind of wanted it to, but their first time out on offense, they saw that misdirection plays and the read option we was biting like bass, and they kept that going the entire game. What I did like the most though was the way Cam was playing. Cam played phenomenal. The ball bounced Charles' way the entire game.
Quite a bit, but come on.
But you can't give it credit at all to luck, because Cam didn't turn the ball over at all. And the misdirection trickery plays got real deep as the game went on. They didn't have to, and they started scoring off of them. And I think the moment we lost the momentum, and I'm sitting in the stadium and I could feel it when we tried to trick play them on special teams. I felt that was a disrespectful move. They came out with one of their own. For Gano, they set up Gano for the field goal to take the lead even further into halftime, and I kind of knew right then we was gonna have a long day.
Yeah, it was a pretty good. I do want to comment on some of the people that I wasn't expecting to show up. Like the wide receivers that you say are no names. All this Curtis Samuel, all this Devin Funchess, all these guys. Now Funchess didn't have a big game, but Samuel did, and Moore did. And these guys was out there balling. You know what I mean? I think it's time, Glass, that you give the Carolina wide receiver core some credit. I think it's time for you to do that.
Y'all still don't have a number one, and I don't even know if y'all have a number two. It's North Turner making his magic happen. I ain't gonna give you.
He called a hell of a game. I think for what we presented on defense, he called a hell of a game.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know what? And give props to the Carolina defense for coming up with turnovers, right? They came up with a couple turnovers, and they played some really good football. I think the Carolina D outplayed the Baltimore D pretty much all across the field. I thought that was good. So that was a good game. I definitely enjoyed it. Glad I was able to enjoy it right there with JB in the building. So that was great too. I love that part about it. Glass, your Bears are still rolling. You know, it's time for us to really take another look at what's his name, Mitch Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of crapped on him last year. You know what I'm saying, right?
Right. I give him a little credit. Well, we got Nagy there He was offensive coordinator last year, so I'm sure he helped Trubisky out. Help him open up the game a little bit more. He looked a little bit more like a gunslinger, and of course he could run the ball. I was shocked with that. They got to let the run game do a little bit more with the run game because the last 2 losses they shied away from the run. Now last week the win against the Jets, you can see the run game come back in. So they got to put the run game. But I like what my hometown Bears are doing. The NFC North is up for grabs between the Vikings. And I guess you could put the Packers up in there. But the Vikings,
the Packers can't keep on making silly mistakes, man. I don't know. But but that division actually seemed like it deserved more attention than say the AFC South, which I thought was. I really didn't think the NFC North was really going to be. With Kirk Cousins up there, I thought obviously Rodgers was going to run away with it. So, but we'll talk about Rodgers later here tonight. This is a good one, JB. I don't know what's going on with your boy Jameis Winston. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This is crazy. I think if they had left him in the game for 2 more series, he'd have chalked up a couple more. I mean, he was wild out, JB. And then they put Fitzy in. And of course, he off the chain again. So now he getting to start the next week. Somebody get ready to get fired out in Tampa, JB. What you think about this one?
Yeah, well, first of all, you asked what's up with Jameis. He right where he need to be, on the bench. The mistakes that he was making out there, you can't really chalk that up to unfortunate things. Those were errant throws. I don't know what he was seeing, but it wasn't his guy. So. But to have anywhere you have a quarterback controversy, the head coach is usually, he's gonna get it. He's out soon.
But they elevated Dirk because of he's supposed to have been some kind of him and Winston had some type of relationship. He was supposed to help Winston blossom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. He's going the other way to me. I think this is the worst I've ever seen Winston play.
Well, let me correct myself. Anytime you have a quarterback controversy plus losing, the coach usually go pretty fast.
Do we really have a quarterback controversy?
No, it really ain't. It's not.
I'm gonna keep it real. We all know Jameis Winston is not the smartest, intelligent quarterback out there, and something tells me this man cannot read defense.
He can't see to read it.
You throwing straight to the guys, and it's like it's demoralizing to your other teammates, especially with the wideouts that they have.
Yeah.
I'm sure they want Fitzpatrick up in there from now on.
Yeah, and it's crazy because and then how much? Look, right now it looked like Fitzpatrick is definitely playing better than Jameis Winston, but how far can you ride? How far can you go with that one though? You know what I mean? Like
you have no choice right now, and and with the option that Jameis Winston got, you can't play him anymore because if he get hurt, you owe him $21 million.
Right, absolutely.
No.
Well, I'm right now.
Cutter's gone.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Bucks are 2 games behind everybody else in the division. I want to say, no, because I don't know what Atlanta's record is right now. It might still be ahead of Atlanta.
They tied with the Bucks 3-4.
Okay, so I mean, with Fitzy and they may still, they may still have a chance in this thing, right? Lions Seahawks. T-Money says glass line, black quarterback stereotype. I don't know, man.
What that mean?
I don't think that's what's going on with Jameis. I just think Jameis wasn't that good to begin with. To be honest,
thank you. That's all I'm saying. It got nothing to do with color,
right? I don't think it was that good to begin with.
His stats are pretty. That's pretty black and white. Yeah. They got nothing to do with nothing else. But I mean, he did that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean. Look, what is this? The 3rd game? This at least got to be the 2nd game this season. I think. The game that he came off the bench, he threw 3 interceptions in that game, right? The one the way he came, because your boy was throwing a bunch of errant interceptions that day. Fitzy was. I think that was week 4 when Winston was able to come back, right? Well, week 3, somewhere around in there. Came off the bench throwing interceptions, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You know what I mean?
It's something to be said when the picks are happening. The ball come off the receiver's hand or it's tipped by a D lineman.
Right.
He was rushed or he got his arm hit. But when you throw it straight to the guy.
Yeah. And when you do it 4 or 5 times a game, like it's been, he got a couple 5 interception games. He got a couple of them. Like, and I ain't gonna dwell on that because I think Cam got at least 1. But I'm just saying, like, when you throw that many interceptions in a game, bro, That's right.
When they have to pull you because not because you playing poor, but just because you throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I also like the guy up in Buffalo let Peterman throw 6.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long do you wait? And he was
crazy.
He was trending right toward, you know, the 5-6 number.
That's wild, man. Tim says he came back with Fitz on his shoulder. Well, you know, see, that's the thing about Fitz. That situation down there in Tampa is it's set up to get some coach fired. Number one, because every time they bring in Fitzpatrick, he shine a little bit, you know, and then but you already know what Fitzpatrick gonna get you, right? You already know, and then when that moment comes, 3 games later, you're like, oh well, we got to go back to Jameis, right? Mm-hmm. And Jameis been sitting over there, stewing, wanting to get back in the game, and he gonna launch another 3 or 4 interceptions as soon as he get in the game. So like,
right,
like
you got to pick your poison.
What do you do?
Yeah. Come on, man. I'd rather take the guy. I'd take the guy that got the hot hand and might fumble every now and then to the guy that's throwing 4 or 5 interceptions a game.
Right. So if a season was 3 games, Fitz is your guy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yep.
If it was 1 or 2, Jameis, I mean, that's perfect for that. Yeah. But Fitzpatrick can't seem to handle success. He was riding so high.
He was.
And he played 3 games so well, and then it just the memes and the hashtags and
it's like as soon as you start giving him props,
right?
He falters under pressure. Like,
but he did that in New York too.
I don't know. It's weird because I look at somebody like a Baker Mayfield, right? You would think, you know, he all about that type of action, right? You know, he want to get in there, he want to throw it, he want to take all the credit for the win, and you know, he don't care about handling it if they take a loss or whatever. He is built for it, you know. So like, if he have a bad game, he's gonna be good. He'll come back the next day, and I think he'll be straight. But somebody like Fitzpatrick, once he start cooling off, boys, it gets rough. You know what I mean? It gets real rough real quick.
But you got a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
You know. So you got the Seahawks and Lions. That was a pretty quiet one. 150 plus rushing yards and 4 straight games by the Seahawks. Who was their running back doing all this damage? I don't even know who they got. That is crazy right there. 28-14. They are 4-3 right now. I think they are. So the Rams are what, 8-0?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big ass gap between.
Yes, it is.
My goodness, man.
4 games, man.
Wow. So I guess nobody in that division stands a chance, right? You know what? I feel so bad for the 49ers, man. I feel really bad for them because they were gonna make a run this year, man. They really were. But hey, it is what it is, right? So Seahawks Brazilian says his name is Chris Carson. 150 plus rushing yards in 4 straight games. And I don't even know who he is. You know what I mean? Pretty good stuff. Your boys went toe to toe with Mahomes in them. You know what I'm saying? You know?
That Mahomes, man. Hey, he the truth. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what? As good as he is, right? It's just it's so unfair, JB, that he got Kareem Hunt and Travis Kelce and the little Hill dude. He got and these the same names that I threw at y'all like last year, and y'all like, there ain't no superstars or whatever. What you think about them now, JB?
I mean, I don't think I ever did classify Hill and running back and Kelce as not superstars. But I mean, I was just thinking about what they had depth wise, and it's still happening with or without him. Granted, they've been there the whole season for him, but I think Pat was still. He on a talented team. He just happened to have talent himself. I mean, that kid can make every throw.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like you got all this other talent going on doing their thing, and then you add this little kid in here who was just like going. He's taking it completely over the top, right? And but I actually think the Broncos did a pretty good job. They stayed in the game with them, and they did their thing with them, man. But the Chiefs are kind of like the Rams in my opinion. I feel like during the regular season, man, they've been catching a little bit of breaks. I just feel like when it comes to playoff time, that little kid gonna break. He is gonna fold in the postseason, and I don't want to be the guy that's gonna cheer that on, but I feel like it's gonna be sad. It's gonna happen. It happened to Jared Goff last year.
I don't think so. Well, he is looking easy for him right now.
It's looking super easy. It does, but I mean, like I know JB, postseason football is different. It's different.
The weather will say so too. Go ahead, Glass.
I beg to differ because he got a lot of weapons. If his air game ain't working, he can always dump it off to his running back. He got Kelsey to help him out. He got enough weapons where if one dimension is taken away, he got other dimensions to work with.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you get certain teams in the postseason and it's trouble. Like I'm just gonna throw this at you and let you react to it, right? Now, I know the Giants ain't the best team right now, right? But imagine if they can squeeze and squirm their way into the postseason. They a team you don't want to see in the postseason. I'm just saying, right? Who's another one? The Baltimore Ravens. You don't want to see them in the postseason.
You actually thought that you put the Giants out of all the teams in the league.
I'm thinking about history right now. I'm just thinking about things that have happened in the past.
Nah, I go with the Ravens before I go with the Giants.
I wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want to play San Diego.
San Diego's another one. You get in the postseason with them. It's gonna be rough. But I feel like people like the Falcons and the Rams and the Chiefs and the Packers show up and they not acclimated to postseason football. They get exposed every year.
But this year they are they're pretty explosive. They can change a game in 4 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Different game. And then if they get Houston and Eric Berry back, they're a different team altogether. Then.
So you like them in the postseason? You like their chances? I'm thinking about who they could play against. I mean, who you got the Patriots in there? Who else you got in there? Probably
Steelers.
The Steelers probably be in there. The Ravens may poke their head in there again like they did last year. They poked in and poked out.
We did not. We got close.
But y'all was dancing along the lines until that playoffs actually came up.
Right.
I'm just trying to think what's in the AFC that can really shut them down though.
Bengals could probably make the wild card with the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. I think that I don't think they want to see it. I don't think they want to see it.
I don't know, man. Melvin Gordon doing the damn thing out there, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I look at them teams in the regular season. They perform admirably. They do well.
I mean, it really for me, what I look at is how they lost last year. They got beat by the Titans last year.
Yeah.
True.
In the playoffs. So I think that kind of left a bad taste in the mouth. No discredit to the Titans. I mean, they just hadn't made enough noise to gain respect.
Absolutely.
Regular season or not, I just thought that KC was a better put together team, and some things didn't happen for them in that game in the playoffs last year, and they lost.
They did, and I saw them whine, and I saw Travis Kelce crying about it. But it's all good. I just feel like I see what they're doing now, Glass, and I think it's awesome. But postseason though, it's different.
We'll see.
It is.
Yeah.
So we had Washington taking on the Giants. Giants took another loss there. So this is Washington's 5-2. This is their best start since 2008. I don't know what the rest of the division. So the Giants are 1-7. So we know they're not competing right now. So you got where's Dallas? Where's Dallas at?
I think they
third place.
So is Washington leading the division right now?
That's right.
Yes. Washington might win the division. I'm gonna put it out there right now.
They could.
They legit team.
Unless Amari Cooper makes all the difference down there in Dallas. You never know, right?
Unless Clint Dix makes all the difference in Washington.
He could, And I think people losing faith in Philadelphia. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it's a good thing Philadelphia got back on the winning because they lost that one game and then they won the game. So they playing around with it. We got and this what did it. The Steelers, Browns. It was that second Steelers game in the second year. You always get the coach fired. But Connor 2+ rushing touchdowns in 3 straight games. I think L. Bell is done in Pittsburgh. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think it's over. JB, what you think?
He need to get out of there anyway. Pittsburgh is not the type of market team. The type of payday he looking for. That's not that type of team.
I don't think so. A little young dude came out there and he pulling his weight. It ain't really that much of a. I mean, I think the drop off is probably gonna be in the passing game a little bit. You can't really duplicate what Bell gives you in the passing game, but. Man, I think everywhere else he done checked the boxes, man. They like we good. You know what I mean? Like we straight. You know what I mean?
I was with Bill holding out, but I think he held out a little bit too long. Like you said, what's his name? Conner, James Conner, is balling out, and then Pittsburgh Steelers like, if Bill calls, don't answer the phone.
Right.
Well, all I needed was somebody serviceable,
Yeah.
Just be serviceable, Connor playing with a little bit extra motivation, beating cancer, and they taking his, he filling the shoes of a guy that didn't want to play, and he was available, so he just proving himself.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's doing pretty good, man. I too much to say, AP been beasting, like I've been saying. I think Washington can owe a lot of their success to Adrian Peterson right now. You know what I mean? Versus Alex Smith. Because I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. I can't really. I used to be an Alex Smith guy. I'm in Washington. It ain't working for me. You know what I mean?
Now we changing.
It's not working. I don't know. It's not working for me, Brian. It's not. You know what I mean?
Big Q, that ain't like you, man. You was in his camp the whole time. All these years.
I don't know. They're trying to bury him in Washington, man. It's almost like they sent him there to kind of finish up his career or whatever. I don't know. It's a weird vibe. Coach still putting up a whole bunch of points.
Wait.
What?
Wait a minute. Yeah. So you denying the fact that they shouldn't have got rid of Smith and
listen? Let's look at it. Let's look at it. How's Kirk Cousins doing in Minnesota right now? Is he doing better than?
He doing all right.
He doing okay.
He doing all right. Yeah.
So I mean, Smith was riding the coattails of Adrian Peterson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it's coming out your mouth, Big Q.
Alex Smith is actually playing pretty good football as quarterback. AP only had about 3 good games so far.
Yeah. But as long as you got AP.
But he still make defenses honest, so the play should work.
Kirk Cousins Kirk Cousins second in passing yards, bro.
Yeah.
So Kirk Cousins doing pretty good at Minnesota.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins should have stayed in Washington, right? That's what I think he would have. Well, I don't know, because you would think that going from Washington to Minnesota, that's kind of they look like an upgrade kind of from the outside. But is it really an upgrade though? Is it really?
It was the type. Look, do you know what type of money Kirk Cousins?
Oh, I mean, Kirk Cousins making some cash right now.
So the carousel.
I don't give a damn who was the Browns.
Right. So the carousel started turning, right? So Smith out of KC, here goes Mahomes, which was proved to be smart by Andy Reid, especially at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a free agent in Alex Smith right there. We can't pay Kurt. We got to get Kurt out of here. It's either Keenum or Alex Smith. Yeah. They didn't like Keenum's seemingly lucky run, so they got him over. They got Smith down there in Washington. That just makes sense, man.
I mean, it makes sense.
Actually, Keenum is still playing well. Well, I mean,
I heard Smith's name more when he was in KC than I do now that he's in Washington. It's like they're burying him. It's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's playing
playing for a team that ain't explosive as KC.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's why we talking about Pat Mahomes with that team more.
Yeah, I guess so. Meanwhile, your boy Andrew Luck and them are still doing it. Indianapolis 200 plus rush yards in 2 straight games for the first time since 1985. I don't even know who running the ball for them. Who putting up 200 for 2 games in a row?
No clue.
For them. So that's a good look right there. They just put a beating on where the Raiders are. Ooh, that's a whole different thing right there, bro. That's why I wish, man. What is 1-6? So this is the issue I got, Glass. And this, okay. Listen to me. Let me lay this out for you, Rick. Now I'm gonna get your reaction on this. So yes, true. They have given Hugh Jackson 2 years. Take a team that ain't won, but like a combined maybe 12 games in 7 years, right? Right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they give him 2 years to do it. He won a few games. They fired him the other day. Okay, so they find John Gruden in the booth. They pay him a boatload of cash, 10-year contract. He ain't won but 1 game. Ain't nobody said a word. He done traded away all his talent. Like Khalil Mack go and sign to Chicago. Then gave up Amari Cooper for a first-round draft pick. Still ain't winning no games, right? Ain't nobody bat an eyelash at this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley taking it on the chin right now. I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it.
First of all, Raiders put all their chips in the middle of the table because they gave that man a 10-year contract. Number one, so he could do whatever the hell he wants. Number two, I'm just thinking that the Raiders are paying too many people, and that's the reason why they want to pay Khalil Mack nor Amari Cooper. I already told you they shouldn't have got rid of Jack Del Rio, but it is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing because this is their first year. See, Hugh Jackson been there what, 3 years? This is third year, right?
But see, here it is, Jay. But there's another reason why I would disagree with that statement. Because prior to Jackson showing up in Cleveland, they had won nothing. Prior to Gruden showing up in Oakland, they were on the cusp of they were Super Bowl favorites the year before.
No, they lost the year before.
And now they won the 6. I'm just saying. To me, it looked like him. It don't look like it was the guy who was there before, Jack Del Rio, JB. I'm just saying, I think somebody in Oakland don't want to admit that they made a mistake.
That's what it looked like to me. You can't dismantle a team that was right there 2 seasons ago, or a season ago.
Yeah.
Well, not last year, the year before. You can't just completely dismantle it at its core. Like at its nucleus. You can't do that. I'm surprised Derek Carr's still there.
Oh, he can be there long. He already got his bags packed. He already know what time it is.
It's either they denied the mishap with Mack and it just fractured the locker room, or Gruden on his own fingerprints. He remember what it was like winning a Super Bowl with somebody else's team, supposedly, with Tony Dungy's old team. He may not want to relive that.
I'm just saying, it ain't my money, Glass. It ain't my money. But I'm just saying, right?
That's the whole point.
Right?
Hugh Jackson knew he was in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Brutus in no hot seat, because I'll be damned if I'm gonna fire you and pay you $100 million before you sitting at home. Right. So they have no choice. What is there to talk about?
Yeah.
We stuck this man for 10 years at least.
Oh my goodness. So he pimping him. He got him in the corner. Yeah. So he said, look, I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna do my thing. And look, y'all already committed to it. Y'all already said that I could do this. So I guess that's what it is. But it looks really, really bad. It does, especially now that, people they're firing their coaches and stuff. So I don't know. Of course, the 49ers, Cardinals, that game right there, I was surprised that anybody watched. That was like, for them two teams, they're struggling right now, bro. So you got the 49ers at 1-7. You got the Raiders at 1-6. You got the Giants at 1-7. You got the Browns at 2-5-1. Man, it is ridiculous, JB.
Well, you gotta give San Fran a break because they lost their number one. They got with a knee injury. Now, as far as what's going on, that's what they was lacking for up until they got Jimmy G out there. So now look, there's no excuse for Arizona though.
Yeah.
You can't discredit or ignore the self-infliction with Oakland.
Right.
So all this stuff is it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Man, so Timon said, so if you offended agent bad enough, they might have knew Coop wouldn't sign. Coop and Matt got the same agent. Okay. But it really did. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Gruden is doing whatever he's doing. That. So the Cardinals decided to go to rookie quarterback, and it is not paying off for them. I thought that I know C.J. Beathard is not the guy. Right? We know he ain't the guy from San Francisco. But man, look, the last couple games of the season last year, Jimmy G took to him, and everybody thought San Francisco was the second coming. Right? That's what they thought. Mm-hmm. And now you remove that one cog, bring in C.J. Beathard, and they reduce to 1-7. That's surprising to me. You know what I'm saying?
There was a few things, went out the window. I think Hyde was gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a couple things. Who knows what defenders?
Yeah. Well,
they're definitely a different team as far as.
3 years ago they were stacked on defense, but everybody started retiring and leaving, and and there was a bunch of weird stuff going on behind that whole Harbaugh stuff that happened, all them years back, and it ain't been the same since, right? And here you go, Glass. We'll talk about this one and we'll move on. So the Packers-Rams, which was turning out to be a very good game, I thought the Rams were getting ready to take the first L. I really did. I thought they was going to, because just like I know, when everybody else watching that game, if old boy had took a knee in that end zone, that game would have turned out a lot different than what it did.
Totally agree.
But go ahead and set the story up, Glass.
All right. Well, it was 27-29.
Yeah.
They was about to kick the ball to the Packers. The Rams about to kick the ball to the Packers. I think it was two 2-something change on the clock. And we all know if you give Aaron Rodgers 2 minutes, it's a done deal. All they have to do is get close enough to kick a field goal for Mason Crosby. Kick the ball. Ty Montgomery was in his feelings because he was taken out of the game, the last play of the last series for the Packers. He caught the ball. Now, he's saying that he wasn't told to take a knee.
Yeah.
So he got the ball in the end zone, 2 yards in the end zone, and decided to run it out. Got to the 20-yard line, get tackled, fumble, and the Rams end up having the ball, running the clock out, losing the game. Aaron Rodgers was fuming, and I don't blame him.
Wow, JB. So listen, let's say you one of them players on the sidelines, right? Just one of them random dudes, and you watching this unfold. What are you thinking, man? You know what I mean? Like,
all right, look, being a professional football player, them guys know good and well that a game you don't lose a game in one play. Okay, and you got a right to be upset, but it's 24-hour rule, win, lose, or draw, right? The only reason why I ain't forgot about this Carolina game because I got to honor a bet being here and wearing this silly shirt. But anyway, you don't trade a guy. You don't have the locker room demand a trade because of one play. What if they had to went back for it?
Right.
Well, you gonna trade him again?
Well,
you gonna trade him for that too?
But then the what ifs always go this way too. Well, what if he did what he was supposed to do, or what everybody expected him to do?
Okay, what if Rodgers throw an interception, or he don't get the line of the game?
Right. I mean, because you know what?
Trade him away?
He's not above that. Is he above that glass? Is he above throwing an interception at a crucial moment? He's not. So I don't know. It's just
I think it had a lot to do with prior stuff. So
right.
Whatever. I mean, they took him out the game. You said in the series before, but because of for some reason.
So this is what Team Winner said for you, JB. He said, JB, what does Harbaugh do if Todd directly disobeys him? Mike had to show he has power. Talking about Mike McCarthy.
If we had him as long as the Packers had him and he'd been contributing, he's a big contributor. You don't play.
He even converted from a wide receiver to a running back for them.
Look, you just be on the bench. You won't get a chance to make that mistake till you learn better to be subordinate.
And let's go put it out there. McCarthy know what the deal would. Trade him. If anything, you'd rather trade him than cut him, because if you would have cut him, you know who would have picked him up. Who does the Packers play this week?
Oh, the Patriots. Yeah,
that's right.
Know what I'm saying? So
the Patriots would have swapped them up ASAP, man.
So listen to this. How does that make your team better by trading a guy? Just because
that's what I don't understand either, because he made a mistake. Now I can see if he, got caught with a gun in the locker room, or something crazy like he done sprinkle crack in somebody's Gatorade. I mean, like something like that. I get right.
I just don't know. I don't know McCarthy to be an emotional guy like that.
You're the team. Do we want to put it on McCarthy, or do we want to put it on the teammates? Because the teammates were saying that the sidelines were going crazy.
It's a week 8 regular season game. Who cares?
Do you want dysfunction in your locker room? You got everybody looking at this one guy. You got Aaron Rodgers going crazy, talking about take an F and knee. You got teammates who ain't putting their names to statements. You got Ty Montgomery saying y'all destroying my character. Come on, man. He had no choice.
Look, though, what about the guys that was blowing coverages? Guys were wide open in that game. Let me guess. I guess they got Clinton Dix out of there too then, because he was messing up out there.
Well,
I understand that. One season, these guys ain't getting paid $5 or $6 to play.
And this was not the NFC Championship game, okay? This wasn't the Super Bowl. Yes, it's consequences for losing this game. But not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some reprimand, something, whatever. If it went down the way people saying it went that way, he directly disobeyed what the play call was. Maybe he was trying to make a play. Maybe he saw something.
I agree. Listen, man. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just giving y'all reasons why I think what happened. Yeah. He's good, but he's a quality player, and just like JB said, he jumped from wide receiver to running back, gained some weight for the Packers.
For the Packers, right.
Hey, man.
Took extra beating on his body.
But listen to this, man. Yeah. You don't take talent off your team, Pro Bowl safety, Pro Bowl running back / receiver, and get nothing but future draft picks, a 2020 and a... Really? So that's an in my feelings type of departure, right? For one game, regular season game, because you had the undefeated team on the cusp.
Right.
You're not getting out of the AFC North that way. Now you just made yourself vulnerable for Minnesota.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Exactly
so are we saying that they're giving up this season?
They might as well be tanking, making moves like that.
You know, I agree with that. I do. I do. I just feel like this week was the week of boneheaded decisions. I think a lot of look, going back to the Hugh Jackson thing, I think there was a little trigger happy right there. You know, I mean, at least let's get to the end. Let's you know, now you got to put pressure on the young quarterback. You got to bring in new coaches. You know, it's a mess. All that stuff is crazy to me. Ty Montgomery thing, knee jerk reaction. You know, the team flipping out. He feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
It all happened in between Sundays, which is unbelievable to me.
It's crazy, man. It's weird.
Guys that's been serviceable to you. Now, Clinton, might have been like that ain't Montgomery's fault. I mean, that's one play. We lost the game several plays sooner than that.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, and again, somebody like Clinton Dix, I'm still surprised that people trade away people they just drafted a few years ago. Like he's still like what?
Well, that's probably was he probably was ending on his rookie deal. Or something.
So, I don't know. Well, let's zip this Halloween show up with a couple picks real quick. We're going to rapid fire them and get through here real quickly. So you look, everybody hold tight. I still think the comment section is popping. Everybody talking is good. Let's go, Glass. Let's do it.
All right, man. First game we got on the docket. We got the Atlanta Falcons that's 3-4 going up to FedEx Field to play the 5-2 Washington professional football team.
Wow. So Atlanta hasn't been very good this year. But they beat us. So you know that's good. And they had a couple bounce back games, right? Washington's a test because we lost to Washington as well, right? But they're going to Washington, right? Yes, they're going to Washington. I don't like the chances. I think they take another L here. I don't like the Falcons on the road. Yeah, I don't like the Falcons on the road, JB.
Okay, I'm going Washington too for obvious reasons.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. We always say defense win championships. Atlanta is 11th in offense, and Washington's 25th in offense. But when it comes to the defense side, Atlanta's 30th on points allowed. Washington is 5.
Yeah.
Need not say anything else. Washington over Atlanta.
Washington over Atlanta. Okay, it was a clean sweep there. Team Money, you're wrong. Team Money was the only one who picked Falcons, right? Everybody else went with Washington. All right, go ahead. Rose.
Not shocked. Next up, Green Bay. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers. That's 3-1 going up to Gillette Stadium to play the New England Patriots. That's 6-2.
Yeah.
We got the battle of the GOATs.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't, especially when the Patriots are improving their team and everybody else is kind of like, giving their players away. I think the reaction from the stuff that happened this week is going to show up heavily in this game, and the Patriots going to beat the brakes off the Green Bay Packers. It ain't even going to be close. It ain't even going to be close.
Beat the brakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't going to be close. I'm talking about the score. The score going to be up in the 40s.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Patriots going to have like 42, and the Packers may have like 37. It'll be somewhere around in there. I think it's gonna
be a close game. It's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the about 28-27 range. I think since Patriots playing at home, they got the wide receivers that know that's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots over Packers.
There you go, Jay. Where you at?
Pats, you need if one thing you need in the game versus the Patriots is a good safety, a Pro Bowl safety, and I don't know if they'll have one. At least they got a Pro Bowl on his belt, so Pats all the way.
Okay.
He must have 35-31 Pats. There you go. All right. Everybody like the Pats.
All right, next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers 4-1 going up to M&T Bank Stadium to play the Baltimore Ravens. That's 4-4.
Yeah. Wow. The Steelers, what's the record of the Steelers?
4-2-1, right?
4-2-1, yeah.
Okay, that's right. They got that. They need to win more than the Ravens do, but the Ravens ain't gonna want to lose no 2 games in a row. Even though
it'll be 3 if we lose this game.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't think that'll happen. And I think the Steelers are vulnerable though.
Really?
I do. I think they're a little bit against the run. Look at what's been happening to them. Look, if you couldn't stop, what's that little, that was Carlos Hyde and the Chubb, the dudes from Cleveland. If they couldn't stop them dudes early in the season, I don't think so. That's their problem right there. Look, they got a little bit of explosive weapons on offense, and I like the little running back guy they got. But man, if they're gonna keep on opening up their gut to the run like that, I mean, they gonna get played. You know what I mean? And then, as we getting late into this, holding into November, the weather getting a little colder. Let's do it. I think I don't think they're gonna be able to hold up. I think they're gonna pound that ball at them, and the Steelers gonna fall. It'll be close, but but I can't see the Ravens lose 3 in a row. I can't do that. Especially not especially not in this order. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to put out there. We know who JB gonna pick. Let him go last. I love this division matchup anyway. I always call it the Tylenol Bowl for years on past. Big Ben. I guess the last time they met up, Connor had 19 yards rushing. It seemed like the Pittsburgh got a feel of what they're doing. They running downhill. We just got to saying, Connor now getting 100 yards rushing, two TDs last 3 games. Now Ben Roethlisberger could rely on the run game. It's gonna be a good game. I think the Steelers gonna edge out the Ravens on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I worry about it, and we just saw this game the other day, but I just thinking like the tight end play from the Ravens was a little shaky last week. Dude's gonna hold on to the ball, but I'm saying if they run, I think the Steelers don't give it the rushing yard. I think so. Then they give it up. Okay. What you got, JB?
Steelers, wink, wink.
Right, wink, wink. Okay.
Anyway,
we know Steelers. I'm picking the Steelers, bro.
Okay.
After what Baltimore showed last week, man, you got to be kidding me.
Look, JB. This what I don't know why I'm sitting here,
standing
up for the Ravens, but this is what They came into Bank of America Stadium with the #1 overall defense. They got played like they not gonna stand for that, bro. And against a division rival, and the third loss on the line, I can't see it. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Picking the Steelers, wink, wink.
All right, so we know what this pick 'em a shut up thing it's gonna say. It's gonna say purple. It'll be purple.
Right. Last game on the docket, we got the undefeated Los Angeles Rams at 8-0, going up to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to play the 6-1 New Orleans Saints. That's gonna
be a good one. That is gonna be a good one. If there's any time, I'm assuming that the Rams are going to this like it's underdogs, right? Are they?
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't even check.
Wow.
They should. I mean, you just got through escaping Rodgers. Now you're going up against
Breeze in the dome.
Breeze at home.
Yeah. And look, wow, Breeze. It's hard to pick against Breeze in the like I said, I like what the Rams been doing. But see, this would show me if they can get over this hump, then I think they play off material and they are as good as everybody pegged them to be. But I don't think they're gonna make it. I think they take their first L right here. Because they're running up on some serious business this time, boy. That the Rams defense is still pretty stout. I don't think they're gonna let them boys run rampant on them like that. But you got Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? So there you go. And but if they win, hey, well, I'll be singing a different tune next week. But I got them taking the L right here.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the Saints also. I understand they have Todd Gurley. But Saints got a 2-headed monster. Yes, that defense on the Rams is legit, but Breeze is known to pick. He breaking records this year.
Yes,
he's known to pick teams off left and right. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't know. Peters is back, but I don't think Talib is back. And then we talking about what's his name? The wide receiver, not Mike Jones. Is it Mike Jones? I think it might be Mike.
Oh, you're talking about for the
Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas
from the Saints. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna go ahead with the Saints on this one. The Rams will take their first L.
Yeah. And sadly to say, man, you know what? If the Saints get this one done too, that's gonna make me a little bit worried for what's gonna happen in the postseason. Because man, we don't have to play them until like late in the season. Boy, look, they on fire right now, man. That's all they need, JB. Put them where they need to be. You know.
Well, listen. The Saints beat the #1 defense a week prior to when Carolina beat them, and they beat them without misdirection.
Yeah.
They beat them without trick plays, and Rams ain't ranked #1. They're not far away, but they're not ranked #1. So that's the game that they ain't even worried about. I mean, they're not fearing it. They're not going into it with a different game plan other than the one they got to prepare for them. So I'm picking the Saints too.
There you go. There you go. The comment section says T-Money says the Rams win. And he said that he said he liked the Ravens over the Steelers if Humphreys play in that game. But Davenport broke his toe, slow Saints pass rush. I wasn't really worried about the Saints defense too much. You know what I'm saying? No. Saints couldn't stop John Brown. Now they can stop Rams wide receivers. You know what? I don't think that's what it is. I just think that, you know, can the Rams keep up? Can they do that, right? You know, can they keep up? Because, you know,
I don't think keeping up is the question. I think, are they going to be smart enough to keep Breeze on the sideline?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, what?
Because they dang sure wasn't smart enough. They got it, luckily, with the Packers, because they weren't smart enough. They basically gave 12.
I mean, with a running back like Todd Gurley, you would think they'll have the wherewithal to run the ball this time. You know what I mean? But you know, it all depends on how that goes.
They got lucky.
But look at JB. Look, I appreciate you being a good sport. Okay, you know, even though you talked a lot of junk last week, you know, but you're a man of your word. And I mean, this other thing you got, I wouldn't even did you like that. I wouldn't. Whoever got you doing this, man, they some cruel people. I wouldn't even did you. I wouldn't even did that. But go ahead and put yourself over anyway. Bro.
I accept, man. You know, I said it. Now, had the Ravens won, it'd been a whole different story. Absolutely. We don't even get to talk about that, but I stipulated as well. Okay. And they wouldn't have liked it if the Ravens had to come through. So, hey, for all you Panthers out there, got your blessings. Anyway, I want to give a few shout outs because I did talk a whole bunch of junk. Shout out to all the Panthers. Big Q, start with you. T-Money especially. Saw the Voices back. Shout out to you, Voice. Glad a win like that can make you dust it back off and come on back. You know what I'm saying? My man, I'm going to forget somebody. I hate, that's why I hate doing this. But Pat Coltrane, Panthers God, Panther Nasty, all those Panther fans that's on my Twitter that I saw at the game that I met, if you watch it, you know, your team was better that day. So props to you. And you can always catch me here on live on Twitter as Raven Shogun.
Look, that was done with such humility and grace. I salute you, bro. You know what I mean? Go ahead and put yourself over, homie.
Hey, kudos to you, JB. You took it like a soldier, bro.
Yeah, man.
If you don't catch me here with my brothers here on TeamBoydTV Live, you can catch me with my other brother, Brandon, at Get With It Sports. You can check us out on our YouTube channel at Get With It Sports 2. You can follow us on Twitter, me at Get With It Sports, my partner in crime at LEB412. You can check out our blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. And you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook at Get With It Sports. Get in contact with us with Get With It Sports 2. That's the number 2 at gmail.com. Good show, fellas.
Yes, that's beautiful. So as a lot of people might have noticed that Black and Blue Podcast has been kind of like, you know, in the wind. Like, we haven't seen it. But the good news is that 2 of your favorite Carolina Panthers podcast hosts, good chance that we might be joining forces here in the near future. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That should be awesome. And for everybody else who's involved in that whole movement, props to you guys. And you can catch me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV every Sunday like you always do. Represent the Carolina Panthers like I always do. And keeping you guys up on what's happening. Last JB, it's been a pleasure this week, fellas. Yeah, on a scary day. It's been good, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll reconvene here next week, Lord willing, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Peace. I'll take this damn shirt off right now.
All right, football fans. The 2018 TeamBoydTV online programming campaign has begun. TeamBoydTV Live will be airing live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We also have the TeamBoydTV Presents the Black and Blue Podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We also have TeamBoydTV Game Time, which are picks for the week, which will be airing on Saturdays Follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Twitch for all your NFL coverage for 2018.